Live. Are we behind the curtain? Oh, fuck, it helps if I've got the chat up. How the hell would I even know? What a knob.
Can you lot of fucking mad dogs hear us yet?
Colin didn't want me to fucking swear tonight. That's that fucked.
And it's us.
Oh, no, it was Mark told, wasn't it? That cunt.
It was Mr. Toddlington.
What a cunt.
Oh, it's playing an advert.
He's playing an advert.
TikTok's
a fat man
made a lot of
dancing.
fucking money out of this.
We've made a fortune, mate.
TikTok and Zoom. Was it 40 minutes free and then you got to pay for it or something?
Hey. Yeah, Zoom doing very well. Disney doing well.
Yeah, should have brought shares in it. Disney doing it. Yeah, oh fuck. That renewed today.
Deliberately.
My Disney
to cancel it.
We were doing the 1 week, just change email, change bank card 1 week.
Oh, no. You got done for the month.
Oh fuck it. It's what? It's like
Look,
six
you can watch
quid.
Aladdin now.
6 quid.
He's always watching a lad. Oh, no, different thing, isn't it?
Hey, this isn't TikTok, mate. This is Disney Plus.
It's £6 a month, but it's charged annually.
Grown men that are on TikTok should be checked on the register.
Agreed.
He was always on the register, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, made no odds.
You literally don't need a register now. It's just TikTok. All right, I'll roll intro.
It's quite funny. Every time I've thought I click one and there'll be some girl on there going, oh my God, can't believe I'm on TikTok. I'm so fucking old. I'm 26. What am I doing here? I'm like, oh.
If you can see your wrinkles,
And we are live. Welcome everybody to the new Ohm Show. What a special show we have for you this evening. We've travelled back in time and we've got the Rick 20 years ago. 20 years ago, Rick. The other Rick is unavailable this evening.
He's got an ingrown eyebrow hair. So I've
Who?
told everybody. Rick. No.
I thought you meant me. I was just about the
You're
video
looking
there.
hot.
Rick Riyad instead. Rick Riyad's
Thanks.
joining us instead. Special guest, outside broadcast correspondent. Also makes us an international show, which is quite exciting.
You're quite lucky that I had nothing on this evening. I was going to go down the pub.
Yeah, bingo, innit, Thursday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Riyad's here with us as well. We've got Brad and John with us.
Right.
And it's just a chock-a-block show. Thanks for all your suggestions today on Facebook. They've been noted. We'll come back to those later on. Definitely be talking about all of those things that you said. We've got some vape stuff to show you and some vape news as well. But first, we will go round the houses. Brad, what are you drinking?
darling.
What are you vaping? What did you have for lunch?
I am drinking Beavertown neck oil.
Neck oil.
I think it's 3 weeks in a row I've been drinking this now.
Is
that one
It's not
can?
even a big can.
Yeah, one can.
I'm not that. I find Beavertown bland. I'm the one of the people who does it.
Oh, no, this is fucking marvelous. And I'm a sucker for cartoons. So
Well,
draw pretty shit on a can, I'm going to buy it.
if you went to a place called Beavertown and you were guaranteed beaver, it'd be quite exciting.
That's where my mum's from.
Is it? Yeah, I met her.
Yeah, of course. Oh, have you still got the picture? I'm amazed you bought the keyring. Loads of people don't. The
It's a
flash
great
goes
name
off,
for a nightclub, isn't it?
and they get funny about it. Yeah, actually.
Beavertown. Ladies half price. Not to
Not once you're in
purchase
there.
one.
Right.
That's full price. But
Good.
entry for a female,
Entry in a
50%
female.
reduction.
Entry of a female or entry to a female?
Yeah, we've established entry of. No, entry for. Definitely not
Well,
entry of.
Getting muddy waters. We're going to have to have a big
not
sign.
Beavertown. We'll just send an emailer out clarifying.
Yeah.
We don't even run
Exactly.
Beavertown. It's not even our place.
Yet.
Wow. I am vaping Old Faithful
Mm.
And this week I got a change.
It looks
I
different.
got a dwarf,
Nice.
which the MTL, which I'm really enjoying.
How'd you manage that?
I've, it's on loan from Alex Chari,
Ah.
and I'm quite enjoying it. I think I might not give it back.
He could loan it out because he's got a saver, you see.
Exactly. And in there, as always, some things change, some things just fucking don't. Just add Nick, Cactus Jackie.
How much is left? Turn it around.
No fucking story.
Oh my god, is that the bottle I gave you?
Yeah.
Where's the level? Show me your finger. Oh, it's not so. It's not that bad. That's all right. I thought it was. I completely got skewed then.
For me, that's a fuckload.
Mm.
Now, do you believe me? It's 20 milligram though.
Only when I finger bang it.
Yeah.
I've got
Again,
no.
again. We're back to my mum. Just move on.
Back to Beavertown.
Yeah, when I finger bang the mum, it does burn.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's because you didn't pay full price for entry. That'll happen.
Right. I'm just moving along. Lunch. I had a sourdough loaf, which I made for myself. And I had it
Back
with
to my
olive
mum
oil.
again. Sorry. We did.
Jesus. That is where I got the yeast from. I mean,
Oh.
You had a crusty bloomer.
I had a crusty bloomer, and I had it with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, like a proper pourer, or Italian, or whoever the fuck eats it that way. And moving swiftly along from John's mom. Riyadh, darling, please fucking drag us out of this hole.
You've come to the wrong man.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's possible. I'll be short and sweet.
What you drinking? What you vaping? And what did you have for breakfast?
Oh, that's a boring. I'll pick something else because I don't have breakfast.
Pick something else then, mate.
Okay.
No,
I'll
just
pick something
lie.
else. So what? Okay, I'll lie. Warning: there is a lie coming up. So Blandford Fly, from my hometown. It's still
Nice.
a Christmas present. It's actually nice-ish. It's all right. It'll do when beer's low. And then what am I vaping on? Oh, two of the same signets.
Nice.
I've
And
got-
Dwar.
I've got a Dwarf 16 and
Nice.
a Zlike.
What's the signet?
The Signet, those mods, the Aspire Signets, they're amazing.
Oh, Spire, that's why. That's my blind spot.
Oh, is it? Oh, right, okay. Did you say something bad about them?
No, they've just got a weird system if you want to review their stuff, so I don't bother.
All right, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can't be picky in these times, Richard.
No, I'm sure they're lovely. It's not. I have no issue with Aspire at all.
You just don't like admin.
Yeah, you have to ask for the stuff to get in to review, and I don't do that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Other reviewers I noticed that just fill up with Aspire must be begging little. Anyway,
They can just be bothered to fill out the thing, but
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. And then I just noticed I just had my last bottle of blackjack, so I either have to do an essential trip to the shop tomorrow, which is shut, by the way.
You're allowed to. It's work.
Yeah, it's an essential trip to the shop to get some more juice for myself, or vape what's left of other 12 milligram stuff. And what did I have for breakfast? I had Uncle Ben's Mexican rice.
Yes.
Good man.
Did you
Yeah.
Did you pimp it out, or
Did I pimp
just
it?
raw?
Well, I microwaved it.
Yeah, but did you just have it
I
as
didn't,
it
well, I didn't have it. I didn't fucking have it, Richard.
hang on, we'll establish that
No.
if you fail to
story-
answer the simple questions.
I just put it in the microwave and ate it with a fork from the packet. What's wrong with that?
Well, that's fine, but it's
If you're
such a versatile
fucking
thing.
child.
You can really go with it.
I tell you what, one thing is for sure. Ever since this sort of lockdown stuff, I've eaten a lot less. It's crazy. I don't know why.
You're doing a lot less, I guess.
Cupboards are full, but I don't know why. I don't do anything anyway, Richard. It's not.
We can tell.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So yeah, it's kind of a weird one. I kind of forget tweet now because obviously busy with Molly. I've got other projects in the background which I've been working heavily on. Like I'm talking a whole solid month and a half now. I've been working on a project which consumes every spare minute.
Beavertown.
Yeah, Beavertown. Yeah, I'm actually making a. What's it called? Diorama. What was?
Diorama.
Yeah, one of those.
Revolving dance floor.
You're gonna have to give me 5.
Nope.
Oh. He just muted everybody, didn't he?
I think he was pressing shit by leaning over it. He's gone anyway. That's the end of John.
Yeah, Bradley's muted. Bradley's muted. Am I muted?
Oh God, what's happened?
Can you? I don't know.
Why are we all right?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can unmute Brad by pressing this. No, I can't. Well, let me. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you just did.
There we go.
Am I back? There we go. I muted myself so I could fart, and then it wouldn't let me unmute myself.
I specifically told it to let people do that. John's dead.
No, he said he'll be right back. He's got to go do something, and then just the whole thing just sort of, I don't know.
Oh, it's all Brad's fault.
Yeah.
All my fault. I agree. Blame the whatever I am.
Where were we? What were you talking about?
We were talking about Beavertown again.
John went to go fetch his
So
mum.
you had a packet of rice. You're vaping on some
I didn't.
stuff.
That was a lie. And drinking beer, and then for afters, for dessert tonight, I've got 4 cans of Belhaven Best, which we discovered was a draft. Dunbar, Scotland. There we go. So,
maybe it's got a widget in or something.
yeah. Well, do you know what? It's nice. It's not fizzy. It's more of a beer than a lager.
It's an ale.
Yeah, it is. It's actually quite nice. I don't know. I drink it when I go to the pubs around here when they're open. They're not anymore. Just.
I got so fucking excited yesterday. Went for a little cycle, and there's this on the arse end of town. There's a pub, and the tables were out, the normal fucking bench shit, and there was a man sitting at the table with a pint glass, drinking a pint. And I sort of cycled past, like, what the fuck is going on here? And then got excited, like, shit, I could have a pint at a pub. It must be a fucking local secret no one told me about. No, this guy's just out of his fucking mind and walks there with his glass and beer and sits at the table drinking so that he gets the feeling.
I don't blame him. Sense of normality, mate. That's at the end of the day, some of us need that. I'm that guy on
it's
that.
not
meme.
allowed though. We should stress.
Well, yeah, technically, no, it's definitely not allowed.
It's not exercise, and it's not a trip to buy essentials, is it?
It's I don't know. Is it essential? Is he an alcoholic? Does he need that in his life? You know, I'm that guy on that meme on Facebook. You know, where it's sort of 2019. There's a guy slouched on the couch with the remote. And it's like 2019 lazy bastard, 2020 hero, you know, just sort of, I don't need an excuse to be told to stay in, basically.
Yeah. Oh, shall I do me?
Yeah, well, no one else will, apparently.
I can do me if you like.
Oh, he's back. He's not muted or anything.
Bang. I know.
Go on then, John.
I didn't mute everybody, did I?
No, Brad had a moment. The new Zoom is not perfect for us right now, but we're powering on, and it's not. It's not
I just clicked mute and stopped my camera. All right. What am I doing? What am I on? It's vaping, what I say, as always. Crack current. It's going to get in very low on, but hopefully that'll be fixed soon. In the DWA 22. On top of the Aegis Geek Vape Aegis X. Is there an X on it now? I've got a Proton Mini with another DWA 16 on top, and that's got lemon crack in it.
It's amazing when you're in a vape shop, isn't it? Because you see your stock, you're like, I have a bash on that today. See what that's like. And you sort of got it for a week or a month or two. And
those are testers, actually. And I just kind of slowly nicked the mods. Because, you end up giving away parts and stuff like that, and you just use them. What beer am I on? Oh, I'm on. It's a Richard favourite, but I don't think he's ever had this one. Magic Rock. This one is their gluten-free IPA, the Phantasma. But the reason was everything else was sold out on the site, and when I was gluten-free last year, this was a good beer, and it's still a great beer. Doesn't matter, you can't taste it's gluten-free. So I bought that.
Because you can't fucking taste.
You're drinking Beavertown, mate. The end. What did I have for breakfast? I had
lunch.
Oh, lunch. We're doing lunch. What have I... Oh, it was rubbish. I had a piece of toast with some raspberry jam on it and one tangerine.
Where'd you get the jam from?
It's Wilkinson's jam.
Wilkinson's.
Yeah, that's up the road. That's
they a
Tiptree.
shaving sword company?
No, Tiptree Jam Company. They are very famous, just in Essex, just not far away. I went out with a girl from Tiptree once. She was frigid. She was Christian. It didn't work.
Taste like jam.
No idea. No idea. No idea. We went to go and watch Phenomenon with John Travolta in it at the cinema. I was like 15.
Your head is full of fucking
Liar.
random information.
Oh, constant. Yeah, absolute constant. Yeah. It was terrible, the film. It was really, really bad. But yeah, I don't remember her name, but I remember we went to go see Phenomenon. Oh, it was a weird one today. I remember the name of. Oh, that was it. The dog walked past, and I said something like, "Oh, blimey, here comes Sporran Lad." And my wife said, "Where did that come from?" And I said, "There was a racehorse in our village when I was 8. It was called Sporran Lad." It just popped into my head, so I called the dog it. Richard.
Huh.
Oh, how my week's been.
No, we didn't. No, we're not.
No, we're not doing that.
Remotely
Okay,
interested in that.
Richard, you know the bullshit. Do the bullshit.
Okay.
Lunch shit, vape shit, beer shit.
Rick and Morty Backer.
Yes.
Start with, and then I'm going to have Hazetown. No, Hazy Jane from Brewdog.
Hazy Jane.
Not Town. I'm still thinking about Beavertown.
Too many towns in this village.
Talk about Beavertown after the show, man. We'll sort it.
I noticed that they're selling off the cans with the old.
Yeah.
Because it's all about this now, isn't it?
There's a lot of 3 for $5 and stuff. But
so they're selling like is it they call it a fridge pack or whatever? Two of the main 5 flavors.
You're not getting the punk equity punks email circular.
No.
They're like, yeah. So they've stopped discount for equity punk members, and they're just pushing people to buy their beer.
Yes.
Their online service has been wank. I know they're busy, but it's been fucking awful.
But isn't beer sales like up 20% or something?
Yeah, alcohol sales are up
more.
£20 million. Something like that.
Overall, it's down. It's beer sales in retail are up 20%, but all the pubs, restaurants, all of that aren't ordering. So the overall is down, but through retail is up 20%. There is some admiration in the fact that the British will go through any crisis as long as they can do it with a buzz on. But I love it. What? Who's coming to kill us? Fuck, here's a beer. We'll sort it. Don't worry about it. It's like that's the difference between here and South Africa. Here they lock you down, but you can still get your drink. And they locked us down with what? A day's notice, half a day's notice.
Yeah.
South Africa locked down. There was 48 hours notice, and they're not allowed to buy or sell alcohol anywhere. Not allowed to buy or sell cigarettes anywhere. So what the fuck do you think happened in 2 days?
Yeah, fucking chaos.
Every bottle store, every shop. No one panic bought fucking fruit and veg. People showed up in camper vans and trailers and just wiped the bottle store clean.
Yeah.
They haven't called it essential in the US either, have they? They shut them down. All the off licenses. Sorry, Richard.
It's not proper drinkers there, though, are they?
Nah, fucking amateurs.
They don't start drinking till they're about 40, do they?
Who gives a shit how many calories there are on a beer? Do you want that, but light? No. What for? I'm going to throw most of it up. It's not a problem. I won't put in any weight at all.
Yep, that's true. Vaping on Squipe Enduro with Can Only Be Breakfast in there on the Mustang.
Or say it properly. You can't say breakfast like that.
Cassandra B. Breakfast.
No, you got to say breakfast.
The Odin with the Zathog on top.
Fucking, what is that? Come on.
This is Bogan's latest mod.
That is fucking massive.
Yeah, it's dual 21700. This is
I
the
don't know.
affordable option. There's a DNA option as well. That's next for review. The Zathog is a 30mm RDA. Ooh.
30.
Beast, isn't it?
Right, okay.
Hefty. And Old Faithful. It's not even that old, but it's very faithful. The MVP 5 with the Nunchaku tank on top inside of that. Homebrew Badass Blends. Tanky Twister. From them, I don't know, just random shelf grab selection type thing. For breakfast, I had 2 fried eggs on a piece of toast.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good, pretty good. I turned the eggs over, just let them cook on the other side for a little bit.
Oh, what's the reasoning behind that?
I don't know, I'm a bit paranoid about undercooking.
Salmonella. There's not really.
Not
any
salmonella, just undercooking them a bit. You know, just
Just give it a splash. But you got
20
enough.
seconds. 20 seconds. You know.
Get enough
20
fat in the
seconds.
pat, then just splash it over the top. That's all you got to do.
So now I did. I saw something on Facebook, and this is the first time I've ever done anything that I've seen on Facebook like properly. And I thought, right, fuck it, Jenna, we got wraps now. Okay, so I went down the shop and I bought what we needed, essential ingredients, and it was basically almost like an omelette style thing with a couple of eggs in, chuck this wrap on top, turn it over.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Put ham and cheese inside, fold it in half, and you got fucking like a lunch wrap. With
Did it work?
Egg. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Yeah. Oh, it's really good.
I've decided. I've tried it before. I'm going to do it my own. I'm going to make my own wraps this weekend, and I'm going to do the McDonald's brunch wrap thing. You know, like egg, bacon, sausage, plastic cheese. That's what's happening in our kitchen.
Plastic cheese. Yeah, you got to do plastic cheese.
Fucking idiots, all using Emmentaler and bollocks. Plastic cheese.
Plastic cheese. Yeah. I
like-
used to love a sausage baguette with plastic cheese in.
Richard asked the question the other day in the group, which was, what is the best cure for a hangover? And everyone can fuck about, but the answer is a McMuffin. The second is a full English breakfast. I totally agree. But first is a dirty, horrible sausage McMuffin.
McMuffin with Coke. It has to be Coke. I'm a Pepsi lover, but it has to be Coke for a hangover.
It's terrible, isn't it? See, we know. There was a couple of fannies on that thing
If you're
saying,
really hungover, you can't go to McDonald's.
no.
Well,
It's
you
really
can.
ugly, it's hard to function. I have to admit, I think you get to about 25, and the idea of not eating with a hangover is alien. When people say, "I don't know how you eat," you go, "Well, pull up a chair." There's a heck of a show about to begin. Last night I tried to make my liver collapse. Watch this. I'm going to try and fucking die.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I do like that young people thing. I couldn't eat anything. All right, you're a fucking amateur, mate.
Oh, fucking stop me.
We used to go to Southampton, and after a night out, we'd always go to Wetherspoons in the morning. It was a good, decent fry up for a fucking £4. Whatever it was. Even though it being fingered by John's mum. Yeah.
Classic double tap callback.
John, what's going on in the old news?
You want to give you a quick newsification? They're airing on Corvidy, but we're kind of.
Can I just say, I this is going to be quite refreshing because I've not watched any news apart from COVID, so this is going to be quite nice.
Oh, stay tuned.
So it's a little bit, but it's quite interesting because you've got one and I've got one, and I'm not talking about penises, Rick.
I was going to say that'd be debatable.
Mine doesn't count anyway. They said that, the doctor.
I don't know.
He said that is more of a vagina. That's
It's
90%
more-
vagina.
Total head.
It's just a long clit.
They actually, sorry. We did a quiz last Saturday. It's the worst quiz in the world. It was the hardest quiz in the world. It was based on Tenable. After the quiz, I can't remember what we were talking about, all video chatting and stuff. And I'm like, you get clitorises like penises. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I googled the longest clit. It was like 12 inches. Anyway, that's exciting. What's next?
It's a great
Amazing.
Google search. What were your suggested purchases after that? Some scissors.
All that popped into my head when you said it was a James Acaster quote when he's talking about a comedy gig where somebody stripped off, like it was a punter and he thought he could do comedy better, and they got him up on the stage and he died in his arse, and then he just whipped his pants down, and he said one of the other comics said a phrase that is the best explanation for what he had between his legs, which was it was 80% helmet. Anyway,
James Acaster's that one that seems quite. I don't know. He's very.
I think he's so fun. I really,
Quite
really
young
like
and dry.
ginger hair.
Yeah, like a bit of a fro going on.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Really funny guy. Here we go. This is from the Mail Online, so do take this with a massive pile of dog shit. But it says, dramatic moment. Vape shop owner was bundled to the ground and arrested by 4 police officers for flouting coronavirus lockdown by refusing to close his shop, claiming he sold essential goods. Ian Gray, 45, kept his business open in St Helens, Merseyside, claiming he provided a key service selling products which help people to give up smoking. But the 4 officers arrived at his Doghouse Vaping Co. store last Thursday and told a staff member working there that she had to shut the shop immediately. She rang Mr. Gray, who drove to the shop and asked the police why he had to close. Following an argument, Mr. Gray was bundled to the floor and carted off in a police van. That's Mr. Graves, because I didn't get the links out.
Oh yeah,
being arrested. He's been arrested by 2. They're using the shadow technique on their faces, the police officers.
This is in the UK, right?
Yeah, Merseyside.
St Helens.
They were told to. Yeah, I mean, you think you'd get a grasp on it? It's about endangering everybody. It's so stupid. For right now, I'm amazed that the IBVTA haven't managed to get anything, but it's impossible because there's no MPs. There's not enough MPs with feet on the floor, so it's hard to change anything in this lockdown situation.
I sympathise a bit.
I do, but they have been told explicitly they can't open.
They're way more essential than anything sold at the range.
That's just bullshit. They shouldn't be open. But then neither should fucking Holland and Barrett. There are
scented candles and pictures of Manhattan.
Yeah, but they do sell food, so they could. I mean, it's not their primary function though. So
the range is claiming to be a pet food shop.
Well, they have.
That's how they're claiming it. Yeah.
Like I've noticed, there's 1 aisle of pet food in the range.
That's what their thing is. Yeah.
I sympathise with the bloke a bit. I mean, like, for example, in Italy, it's been deemed essential, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
And interestingly, now I don't know if you were going to do this, but I read the comment section because if I go on the Daily Mail, I'm reading the comment section.
Yeah,
it's absolute gold. It's absolute gold. Now the comment section is surprisingly flipped on it a bit. So apparently, someone said someone's commented, the top comment is actually the guy saying it's him, and he says, "Hi everyone, I am the vape shop owner. I'd like to update you all on the arrest. The police have sincerely apologised with no further action taken. They also admitted wrongful arrest. Thanks for all the support."
It isn't illegal. He is right. Is it? There's no actual law.
And then people say, there's another person saying what I said, sort of about the range and about how essential they are. And then people saying, surely police have got better use of the time, which is a classic.
You can't make that.
Daily Mail thing.
You can't make that argument because this is not. They're community police officers, so they're not. That's not what they're there for.
Yeah, they didn't drop a tail on the mafia to go over and do that.
Can you go and catch that rapist? Can't, Gov. I would, but look, there's a vape shop open down the road. It's different people.
Yeah, so that's not a thing. But there's interesting comments. There's some really interesting comments, and there's sort of people talking about apparently pets at home are only selling food,
dog food and cat food.
So if you wanted to buy a new cat bed for your cat,
that's been the argument from workers in the range. They've been trying to guide people to the pet food, which is what they're open for, and they've been stopping people at the door to so they can kind of herd people. And one of their workers said the other day they've been sanitizing baskets and trolleys as they're coming out, and she said that she spent the whole Sunday there saying, what are you buying today? Just so they can help them. And they've said, not really nice, just having a browse, if I'm honest.
Just want to see the rabbits.
She says, yeah, just having a browse around the range. She said,
what if I want to buy a fish in Pets at Home though?
It's just
not essential, is it?
It could be food for my cat.
Well, they do have cat food available.
Bradley, I think you might need to unmute Bradley again.
Again?
I think he done another.
Brad, just don't mute yourself.
McTrumpeton.
Let's see if it works. Yay!
That one wasn't me.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't like you. I think it's because you joined before I changed all the settings. Because I had to accept you in and everything.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, so it's new Zoom. They've updated Zoom.
Sean Toop is saying in chat the range in Yeovil has an Iceland section in store. So I mean, really, that's two reasons not to go there.
It's owned by Iceland now.
They sell
or it always
garbage no one
was, and
fucking
now they're
wants,
not hiding it or something.
And they sell edible fucking garbage no one wants, which is great.
They do. They at the really big ones. They have a really big freezer section now, and it's all Iceland shit.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm all right, thanks.
Unless you really like vol au vents.
Vol au vents, cheesecake.
Yeah.
Chicken legs.
On a massive felt tip pen. So that's that. I thought the comment section was interesting, and I sympathise with the bloke. Although, as we've already said,
they got excited as well. I mean, it is. The trouble is as well is it's not a law. A lot of policemen are saying you need to change the fucking law, but then lots of people are then saying it's human rights. Oh yeah, okay, but I wouldn't mind keep breathing. That's quite handy. So
it's not essential for his customers. It's essential for him. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
His customers have the internet.
Essential thing. He can fucking go online.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a vape shop owner that has had to shut down his business to even get any benefit from the government, I think it's a massive cunt.
Yeah.
But then if you've got an online outlet and you can carry on doing that, then that's obviously perfectly fine.
It'd be great if we could get them as an essential, definitely, and it'd be great.
100%.
If people could be, I think, knowing you, Riyadh, I think you'd be really sensible as well, and still stick to the no fucking hanging around. You're coming in and you're fucking off, and there's two people in the shop, and that is the hard line that people are gonna have to go with. It's not a chin wag; it's come in and fuck off.
We done that just the day before the lockdown. We had that in place, so one person in the shop at any one time. I was in Kilsyth, which is a bit of a I don't know more of a rougher side of the Central Belt, and there was a woman in, and I was speaking to this woman, and this guy tried to walk in the shop, and she turned around and says, "One at a time," like that, and then she left, and the guy coming afterwards, and he goes, I smacked her in the fucking mouth. It's like, okay, chill out, bruv.
You also had an article in the Post, John.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's North Wales Live, actually.
What is it?
It's quite a good one. It just gives us a rundown, which is what I kind of wanted. What the NHS says about coronavirus risk to people who smoke and vape. This is just about people. If you, I just think it has some important points in it that are worth just a quick go over. Because they break it down into smoking and vaping. They don't do them both, which everybody's been doing. I think if you've got a news site, what you want to do is cover it. Make sure you've got enough spam, because otherwise people will be able to use it. And that would be terrible. Concerns have been raised over the risk posed to smokers since coronavirus was first identified in the UK earlier this year. Most recently, Keir Lewis, Professor of Respiratory Medicine at Swansea University, warned that many smokers are at greater risk because they likely already have pre-existing lung conditions such as asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. As revealed by ITV News, Professor Lewis explained that as well as the increased risk, smokers were more likely to experience further health issues as a result of contracting the virus. He explained, it looks like that if you have a respiratory condition, then you are more likely to develop viral pneumonia from COVID-19. However, because the effects of smoking on the immune system and your body's natural defences, it is likely that smokers are going to be more at risk independently of whether they have another lung or other medical conditions. But the most important thing, I'm going to round it up. One of the most important things he pointed out was his sort of caveat at the end was, but if you stop smoking now, the way your body works is it starts repairing itself immediately. So if you stop now, you'd have been a non-smoker for 1 day. And if you stopped 2 days ago, basically we're all ex-smokers. Within 2 weeks, your body has really started developing the immune system and really started responding to not smoking. So the faster you can stop, the faster, the less impact COVID-19 is going to have on you. Then he goes into vaping, and he states, it's sad they don't have any much of a following, because he's one of the only people who's actually stated that although the big news agencies are claiming that vaping causes a diminished immune system, he says study after study after study has tried to prove this, and they have all failed in proving that it in any way affects your immune system. Lots of people have said that vaping can cause damage to the lungs, which can start off this chain reaction, which is what causes cancer, is the overall repair and damage of continually of the same bit, especially in the opening to your lungs and deep in your lungs. And he said no one has ever proven that at all. So given the choice between smoking and vaping, he basically is ludicrous, and you should immediately quit smoking because the faster you quit, the more chance you've got if you catch this virus. And we're talking about, as the news changed 2 days ago, we're now not talking about 70 and over. If you're 50 and over and you're a smoker, or you have BMI over 40, you're in serious trouble.
Oh shit.
You're not over 50 or have a BMI over 40.
I do have a BMI over 40, I reckon.
But there hasn't been a statistic stating, smokers are dropping like flies.
They have actually.
What classification does BMI over 40 mean? Is that like morbidly
it means you're obese?
Well, I'm morbidly obese.
Okay, then. I don't know what the BMI over 40 is, but it said anyway, it was over 40, BMI over 40. 25 is your ideal.
6 foot and 22 stone. I think I'm morbidly obese.
I have no idea.
But anyway, 5'11". I had the extra inch.
They dropped the age down to under, basically middle age, and big or a smoker.
I thought age was no longer a major factor.
It is a massive factor.
Because, like you were saying about viral load and all that,
But it isn't that the effect of the virus seems to be a lot faster. The last stage being respiratory, it seems to be that it hits your respiratory system faster when you're over 80, basically. Basically, if you're 80 plus, you'll be a small statistic if you make it, because it's nearly impossible to intubate somebody over the age of 80.
Yes, and the effects are seen much quicker, aren't they?
A lot faster. It moves through the stages. If there's two or three stages, the first stage being the temperature and the dry cough, and the final stage being it dropping into your lungs.
I think they should change the slogan.
Intubate people.
Stay home, protect the NHS, save money. Everyone will be doing it.
I've not spent a penny.
I usually do about, I think it's about £40 a week on diesel.
Right.
I haven't used my car once.
I have to admit, it is a bargain. Like once or twice a week. One of those people. I quite like going out for dinner because I cook most of the time, so I don't really mind. So kind of I'll say to my wife, "Oh, let's go to this pub down the road. It's really nice. We'll have something." Or we'll be there in the bit, and then I'll say, "Oh, let's have a few drinks," and I've saved a fucking fortune.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is absolutely mad because I'm not doing anything. I don't know about you. We've decided this weekend, it's bank holiday weekend. We're staying in.
No.
Fuck it. We're staying.
We're going Beavertown.
I'll text my mum. See
if she's on the
Just
door.
use the app, actually. Use the app. You can book it.
Good times. So that's this week's news. Obviously, both things had a little flavour of COVID.
Yeah. But they were kind of...
I did provide my own news.
Oh,
go for
Bradley.
it.
I have 2 articles.
Oh, my God.
And I shit you not. The first article John had, and the second article Richard had.
Oh.
Bad times. Hey.
Okay, I'm happy about that.
It's picking at the moment because there was 30 articles. All 30 were American, and vaping will kill you. And there is a few scary bits coming out of America, but it was really hard to map it. They're sneaking in vaping legislation with COVID-19.
Yes, they are.
One of them being shutting everything, everybody that sells tobacco, not just vaping, just shutting down tobacco sales entirely in states. But they're sneaking the flavour ban into the bottom of the article.
Oh, here we go. 5G. Let's go fucking mental.
So they might actually, if they sign it just to get the thing done as fast as possible.
Are you wanting to touch on 5G?
Right. I think it's all me because I got a 5G.
Richard, do us a favour and just fucking mute him.
A week before lockdown, I got a 5G phone.
Oh, but you've not had the illness, have you?
We've all had it before, mate.
That's true. Anyway, moving on. We've looked into it here on the show, and we don't think 5G and COVID-19 are related.
No, I don't think so either. I think you're fucking loony if you think so.
But we're not, who knows?
We're not experts.
This time next week,
Yeah, it could be.
Hey, that's science. Changes rapidly, doesn't it? So let's move on. Oh, we've got this brilliant thread on the Facebook group.
Oh.
We're chock full of things they want us to talk about. So all I need to do is just pull this up and pick one off. So watch this space.
It's kind of like a lazy way to do it. I like it.
But also, it's points. It's interactive.
Yeah, they get exactly what they wanted.
There's no difference between lazy and genius.
Oh my God.
John,
128 viewers. That's more popular than other shows.
Yeah, other shows are available.
Bang.
No wonder you moved to Rich's channel.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, John Smith wants us to talk about Brexit.
That's it. We're sorted. It's done. Don't worry about it.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the EU will collapse before Brexit. Does that mean we get to keep our divorce settlement?
I don't know. Well, the divorce settlement is not off the table, is it?
I think everything's off the table right now.
Yeah, I think it's all just going to get pushed back, basically, isn't it? What was he saying? He wanted it done by end of year, so add 6 months. And that's that's. But we're living in different economic times. I mean, because we've got a recession before Brexit.
Yep.
So that'll be the next big thing.
We're in it, but no one's talking about it. They've shut the housing market entirely, and everyone's kind of going, as long as my house is worth the same. It isn't.
So,
number one.
Brexit. I mean, yeah, there's nothing to say about Brexit. No movement on Brexit. How can there be? So sorry, John, but that's why Brexit's not in the news. Keith Jones wants us to talk about 5G, which we have already. Sasa wants us to talk about Brexit as well. But again, we already have. David Childs says, what are people's plans for Easter? So should we just go around?
Who's got? Yeah. Well, I want to hear what egg you've got as well.
Oh, okay. All right, excellent.
Brad, what are you doing for Easter? What egg have you got?
It's my daughter's second birthday party. So I'm baking a cake. And we're doing a
Turning into quite a master baker.
family Skype video
Really?
party for my daughter. And the bonus to that is I get to eat the whole fucking cake.
I like the people who aren't admitting it on Facebook. There was a person in our local group, the village I'm in, and she said, we always do Somerset around here, but she said, it's my son's birthday tomorrow, and I'm building a 3-layer chocolate cake. And I thought, by the look of you, you're going to Matilda that motherfucker up before 5 o'clock.
I will
You
put up
shouldn't
a
have put
picture
that.
of an empty
You shouldn't
plate.
have put
I should have really done.
that.
Well, fact.
So,
What Easter egg have you got?
so you got a little birthday. You're gonna have a little Skype birthday party. You
Skype
actually are
birthday
doing
party.
something, which is quite
Yeah.
great.
And I haven't got any fucking eggs, John.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
Not
I don't eat
shopping.
chocolate, but I'm having a fucking Easter egg. It's happening. I already got it.
Well, what about? Okay, fine.
Thanks, man.
Riyadh, have you got any Easter eggs?
We yes, we had several. Jenna being in the NHS and a key worker goes into the supermarkets before she goes to work to buy essentials and accidentally picked up a few Easter eggs. So
It's okay. We did. My wife's in the NHS. We did exactly the same thing.
Well, she actually went there again to get another one because we ate them the night before. Yeah. So tonight I screwed up a little bit.
And ate another Easter egg back. So.
Well, Jenna told Molly it was Easter on Sunday, so she got excited about the Easter bunny. And I said, "But you can't have any Easter eggs because the shops are shut." And she's like, "What?" And Jenna's like, "No, it's a rabbit. It's a rabbit." And I said, the rabbit's dead. He got myxomatosis, died. To which Molly found hilarious. So 4-year-old humour and all that.
Nice save.
What egg have you got for yourself?
I don't think I have.
What egg
one.
did you eat last night?
We had a Whisper.
Oh, Whisper, classic.
Yeah,
It's a good egg. It was quite funny the way that Ria just said that like it was a dish. We had the Whisper. Actually.
Well, it was, and there was supposed to be Whisper Golds, but Jenna was saying something about they were substitute for normal Whispers.
The number 42, please.
I prefer a Whisper Gold to a normal.
42, please.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I was talking to Jenna about maybe tomorrow. I'll blow some. You used to blow the eggs out at school and then paint them. You prick a hole in each side and blow them out, and then
Just stop eating the eggs.
No, this is with Molly, like a normal egg, right? Because Jenna's at work, right? We had a nursery placement for her, but obviously I'm off, so there's no point, and we don't want her being a carrier and all that sort of bullshit, Although I'd love my days to myself, to be fair.
Yeah, shit in it with kids.
It really is. Fuck them, John. You got the best idea, mate.
I'm at work. It doesn't make any difference. I'm at work.
Don't fucking have them. They're selfish little. No, they're all right.
It's not their fault. It's
So I was
just
talking about
awful.
that, and then Jenna had a panic moment saying we're short of eggs. We'll just get some more. Like, fucking, the shops are fully stocked now. All these panic buy wankers are dumping all their shit that's gone out of date. But yeah,
Coming back, man. They're coming back. They just keep buying fucking flour now. All these people who've never cooked a fucking more than a pot noodle.
Sales are up
they've got loads
90%.
of fucking flour.
we made shortbread the other day.
It's nice.
We got plenty of flour. I think Jenna's dad bought like fucking 10 kilos, 20 kilos of flour.
He's
Was
the
he
boss.
opening up a fucking bakery?
He wasn't. It's the only way you could get it. Like, they didn't have individual bags. I don't know where he got it from, but Jenna said he's got shit loads. So.
Fell off
Yeah,
the
we
back of the lorry.
made shortbread the other day. It's quite nice spending time with your child, but at the same time, they're fucking annoying.
Yeah, in like small increments. Like don't give it to me for the whole. fucking
How old's
day.
yours now, Bradley?
2.
2. That's fucking mental.
Fucking hell.
That is mental. I
Ridiculous.
can't even believe I've known you for
Are you
like.
counting properly?
Yeah. 2016 Vape Jam.
Yeah, because when you had it, wasn't that roughly the same time you had a mouse in that room, in one of
It
your
was a
rooms?
rat.
Oh, it's a
Were
rat.
you
Okay.
social
Roughly the same
services?
time.
You'll never
different drum, but that was
We've digressed. John,
Yeah.
what egg have you fucking got for fuck's
Is
sake?
that not what the new Ohm Show is about? It's about sort of
It's
going
on
off
point.
tangents.
100% vape chat.
We
Oh,
are.
fuck
So,
off.
John, what egg have you got for Easter?
We've got. I've got Kit Kat peanut butter. That's what I went with. Kit Kat peanut
that-
butter egg.
No.
just
No.
fucking
Have you never had a
Easter
Have you never had a
eggs
peanut
or
butter
something,
Kit Kat?
I've
Peanut-
had a peanut butter Kit Kat, but you can't beat a normal Kit Kat. I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
especially when you're one of those fucking lucky fuckers that gets no wafer in it, just solid chocolate.
I know.
Happened to me once.
Oh fuck! I'm gutted. That would be amazing. It's the best chocolate ever. But I do like a peanut butter Kit Kat. Got that. Our plans are.
But a Kit
Peanut
Kat
butter Kit
egg.
Kat Easter egg.
So
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
have to
that
go down
one.
the shops after
Not
this.
seen that
Well, what
one.
we did. Well, and the other thing is, I got a
Seen the
pack of.
bar.
I got a pack of. The other bit of Easter is a pack of Twizzlers as well, because I like Twizzlers. I don't eat sweets, so at Easter I'm allowed to eat sweets. So my wife got 2 eggs, and I got 1 egg and a pack of Twizzlers.
And
They
a
like
packet of
those-
fizzy chewits.
Twizzlers, what are they like? The strawberry twisty.
Yeah, like American red candy licorice shit.
What, like a
Shoestrings.
candy cane?
Oh
No, it's like red licorice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I know.
Shoelaces.
Yeah,
No,
is that,
it's like
is that
a
the ones
tube.
where you get 3 packs for like a pound or
Yeah,
something?
that's it.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they are basically. Exactly.
And you get the yogurt filled late ones as well.
Yeah, stuff like that. But these are These are the American ones. These are Twizzlers. I do like them. Richard, what Easter egg you got, son?
Right, so I don't get an Easter egg myself. But I've got 2 kids and they get eggs. So
Do you eat them?
Molly's going through a Kit Kat phase.
It's going for a kick.
I think she's being alternative and smart. So she's got a Kit Kat egg from Grandad David. And Freddie's Smarties. He's all about Smarties. So he's got a Smarties egg.
They're horrible. I mean, let's be fair.
staples, classics. Those,
It's a statement. They are shit. Like the worst
What you
thing
saying?
about Smarties is the orange one. It's like
What are you on about? Smarties like Christmas time. There's a massive tube for £1. I fucking love it.
oh, but who wants the orange one? It's like somebody saying,
I don't have any problem with the flavours.
no, they're
You-
not
you're
flavoured.
eating
There's
them
no
so
flavours.
fast.
It's
Only
just a
one
colour.
is flavoured. The orange one is
But you're
orange.
putting them all in at once.
Nah, they're horrible.
I don't know.
Orange
It's
one
like
is
just
disgusting.
a massive ball of everything in your mouth.
This
Isn't it?
coming from the
cares
guy
what
who
everything-
fucking licks his fruit. Like,
Who licks fruit?
Who licks fruit?
you,
I don't lick fruit.
you licked a fucking tangerine once for lunch. Like,
No, I didn't. That was a joke that one of those lot made up.
I know, and I'm elaborating.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I licked a tangerine. You're right. I did.
But I mean, they are like bog standard Easter eggs, really. Like, I mean, you could get those from a petrol station,
Yeah.
but like Thornton's do them, don't they, and all that.
But they're no good. It's a rubbish Easter egg.
Yeah.
what is?
The Thornton's one. Thornton's not very good anyway.
Who
remember
actually make Kit Kat? Is it Nestle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be Roundtrees, but Nestle bought them out, didn't they? Because Nestle's a cunt.
Yeah. So it's classic. I mean, in chat they're talking about Cadbury egg out of the fridge.
Why are you
Things
doing
like
that?
that.
My
James Hall
favourite-
wants to know if Tandy's still open.
Andy Fettel, it's Maplin now.
My favourite egg, if they ever did one, would have to be like a chili chocolate one, the dark chocolate with chili.
Oh.
And I,
I
can't
do
remember-
like dark chocolate, but not like my mother-in-law always buys me dark chocolate, and it's lovely until it's too far. You know,
Yeah,
it's
have you ever had that pack where it's sort of like got 12 bars in, and they go from like sort of milk chocolate to fucking
yeah.
dark.
The end is basically savoury. That
Found it now.
90% is minging. You might as well just draw with it.
Dom's having a Yorkie Easter egg.
Nobody wants a fucking Yorkie. They used to be nice when Roundtree made them. They're
Triggered.
horrible.
What's your beef with Yorkie?
They're shit. They don't taste anything like they did when I was a kid. They taste like wax because they're made by Nestle. They're horrible.
A lot of people are saying they like mini eggs.
Oh, I'm not a fan of mini
Quite
eggs.
crunchy though, aren't they?
Yeah,
Mini-
too crunchy.
Mini eggs. I'd rather have a Smartie than a mini egg, and that's like fucking a third of the chocolate.
Obviously, McDonald's had to announce they weren't doing cream egg McFlurries this Easter.
But they have put they've put recipes up for a lot of their stuff, haven't they?
There you go.
They put the recipe up for McMuffin. They put the recipe
Some
up
orange shit and chocolate and throw it in your McFlurry. I still
Oh, we used to fake away McMuffins.
It didn't say that actually. For the McFlurry, it just said you give two fat kids a cream egg and they chew it up. Do not swallow, and they just spit it into some ice cream. And then
Yeah,
you
that's
stir
an
it
actual thing.
with a
I've seen
cordless drill, which is quite good.
Other people are saying Kit Kat's popular. Aero, good shout.
That is a good shout. Nothing wrong with an Aero.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know. It's the bubble.
Cadbury's cream eggs are too
I
simple.
haven't had an Aero in years.
Ooh, green and blacks.
Yeah, that's it. Green and blacks, dark chocolate. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
As long as it's not too dough, I'm up.
yeah. Green and black's chili chocolate is amazing.
What's this about a salted caramel Kit Kat? Matt Waits has got a salted caramel Kit Kat.
Hey.
Yeah, salted caramels.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Fucking. Sorry, the ludicrousy of
Taste
talking about
sensation.
Easter eggs.
All of this has made me very, very fucking hungry for chocolate right now.
I'll be lucky if I get a finger of Kit Kat. I'm not. arsed.
You talking about John's mum?
I thought we'd
Talking
go
about
back to my
Beaver
mum.
Town.
That used to be her nickname.
Right. Okay. Let's pause from answering the very important questions that Facebook have offered up, and we'll just very quickly go through. Sorry, Riyadh, this is a bit of the show where you just have to imagine what I'm saying. But I'm going
What do you mean imagine? I can hear it.
Well, because I'm going to be putting pictures on screen that people on YouTube can see and you can't.
Oh, well, I can flick up YouTube. What?
Well, yeah,
what-
you can. Well, do that then.
Why is that specific to me? Surely.
Well, these two are over it
Just
now.
assume
These two are
you
over
wouldn't
it.
have
Yeah. these-
Alright.
I would just put it on my phone as well.
Mine's over there.
I'll refresh. I'll have a look.
Okay, so here is a roundup of several vape things that we have failed to talk about up to now. This is a brand new section. It's a brand new segment. I'll work on an intro.
You should call it shit we missed.
Stuff we missed because some of it isn't shit.
No,
actually.
shit don't mean it's shit. Shit just means shit.
Well, you say that.
Just shit. I had a banging shit.
Well,
today.
that was actual shit, though, surely.
I actually had two.
Shitting bang.
I had two.
Go
of
for
them.
We got a sneak peek on the screen that it disappeared.
Yeah, just testing it. Okay, so the first thing that we didn't talk about ever, and it came out and it's a vape thing, was from the very mysterious Coil Art, who have returned to action with the Dijin. The Dijin. It's an AIO pod, billet box-esque type of thing.
Remind me of past coil art stuff. Rings a bell, but I can't remember. So. What didn't they make?
The
That's
Sol-
what a lot you're about to say.
The Sol RTA, they made this. Are you still looking at Zoom, John? They made that, the mech.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got the AIO on the screen. That's quite good, actually.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah,
So they've all got
mm.
crazy designs on, but it's a canny looking little.
I don't hate that.
AIO.
I think that's quite
They,
sexy.
they've named them as well. That was called Harley.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't got pictures of all the rest, but
Oh.
they're all funky. It's a bit OTT actually. I think they should have done a normal looking one. I don't mind doing several cartoony, graphicy ones, but just do one that's like carbon fiber or something.
Yeah.
Do something plain and simple.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a pack. It looks like a pack of cigarettes, which I quite like.
Yeah, it's about that sort of deck of card size.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's fine.
It's all right, but it's late to the party, and it's one of many AIOs.
Okay, let's see what they could do.
And we never talked about this while all the clutch excitement was going on. Dovpo teamed up with Signature Tips, and they did the Mono SQ as well as the clutch. The clutch got a lot of press. This one got slightly less, but this is a Dovpo made Mono SQ. So the Mono SQ, single 18650 regulated mod, very popular back in the day. You used to be able to get it with a DNA or a Yeehee, I believe, but very expensive because obviously it was British made, Signature Tips, etc. But Dovpo have made a version of this now, and this is widely available.
Not pretty, is it?
Oh, it never was. It's a complete identical replica made by Dovpo and with a Dovpo board. And obviously, it's in collaboration with Signature Tips.
It's functional and it's small enough.
Yeah,
No,
it's quite small
what-
in real life. It's
What's
quite
the
small.
RRP on that?
It's about 70.
Okay.
So it's not
It's not-
crazy, and it's
But
nice.
was it-
It's a really nice finish. It's the same finish that Signature Tips provide.
Dual 18650.
It's basically a regulated clutch, if you like.
Is it a dual? Did you say?
No, single 18650 regulated. It's a regulated clutch, basically. You know, if you want to.
Sort of, but there's a bottle in there.
No, there's no bottle in here.
No, it's no
Oh, sorry. There's not. No. Sorry. Yes, I apologise. Yeah, that makes sense.
They were, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. And the Dovpo board, if anyone's wondering, is virtually the same board as the Basium.
Right.
No issues with that. It's a solid board, and it's the same board, kind of, that is in the Odin, Bogan's latest mod, the affordable version.
Oh, Mick Blizzard's got one in hand, the mono, and he reckons it's brilliant.
What's it like on a single cell battery life though? Because the only reason I've gone for Aspire Signets is because the battery life's fucking amazing. I get through a whole day without having to
How
change
many
my
mAh?
battery. I'm on just some 25 hours.
And what
Yeah,
build
so-
have you got?
Similar.
Sorry,
What build? What build have you?
I've got 0.8 in the.
That'll last
storage.
all day, would it? I mean, it will.
Yeah, but on some.
Yeah, I
if you
think
look
it,
at,
I think it would. I think it really would.
I mean, Jed on the Vupu, what is it? The Vupu fucking X217 or something. He's replacing his batteries twice a day, exactly the same as me.
That would do my fucking head in.
Oh, wow.
it's
okay.
the single sort of bonny little single 18650 regulated mod these days is not for your sub tank people, is it? It's
No,
your,
it's not at all.
No.
It's your squake people and your
It's for like around 1
35 watts and below. you know?
Yeah. Agreed.
And because of the influx of these really good RTAs, you know, they kind of are back.
Hold
in fashion.
for 1 second. Mono's got a 75C in it.
Yes, it has, but not this affordable one made by Dovpo.
Oh, right. Okay, the 70 quid one's not got that.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
So how much is the 75C version? 130?
It's double that, I think. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But the board alone, as we know from Rick, you know, who's a supplier of Evolved products, you know, that is literally what they charge for the board. So
Yeah.
it's not that Signature Tips are particularly pricey. It's just that's the way it is. So that is that, and then the next one is a bit of a curveball. This is the Victory from Ultrona. It's Ultrona. They've done various Stabwood affordable mods and some less affordable ones as well.
I really like the name. I love to know the thought process behind it.
Ultrona Victory, and it's
the
kind
Victory.
of it's a Stabwood regulated mod with their own board in now. It's in collaboration with someone called Sakowin. I don't know if they're the official stockist or whatever, but it's kind of Ultrona kind of imitate the high end scene.
I want to see somebody take that and run it through a band saw, because you can't do that with Stabwood.
Oh, it looks it's very Loch Nessy.
It is,
Yes.
but
Yes,
I don't.
that's what they do. That's what they do. They sort of take the ideas.
Can they do
and
that?
shapes and-
$110? Is it Stabwood?
It is. I've had Ultrona mods before. It is Stabwood. It's just it's not the same as getting something from Mike or. From,
Oh, okay.
It's kind of.
I don't think it's bad looking.
kind
I mean,
of a different
$110.
world, you
Well, are we equal now with $1? Or, no, we gained on them last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we're not. We yeah. Yes. It's
dollar
back where it
20
was.
the pound.
It's back where it was 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, okay, right.
But because obviously their outbreak is ongoing now as well. So, but
No, it isn't.
Well,
Don't lie. I've lived and listened to Trump. It's not. It's nearly done. They're
Yeah.
done by Friday.
Well,
Yeah.
they were going to open back up tomorrow, weren't they?
Fucking right, America's going. They're going to have herd immunity soon.
Hey, well, we'll see.
Oh yeah, but that's with 50%,
I like that.
That's with 50% discount over 110.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
it's meant to be 200. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. The difference between getting it from someone like these guys and someone from our guys is
it's massive.
the little things. So
Yeah,
it's got its own little cheeky Chinese board in there. It's got an incredibly weirdly raised 510 in there, etc. You know, so it is what it is though, and they've done some alright stuff in the past. So it is what it is, and we never featured on the show before. So there it was. The Odin that I've been wielding this evening. This is the affordable version, pictured on screen now. The affordable version made by Dovpo with a Dovpo board, same as the Bastion board. Dual 21700 mod, very affordable, very nice looking, and very big. And that is the next thing up for review on this channel, hopefully over the weekend. And that's what I've got here. It's very big, but it's very good.
And this is with Sam.
Yeah, so it's Bogan, Dovpo, and Vapor's Cloud. Now,
Right.
I have no idea what role Vapor's Cloud played in this arrangement, because I know it's Dovpo's board, and I know Dovpo made it, and I know that Sam designed it. So I don't know what their role in this was. And I watched his presentation videos for both the affordable and the DNA one. And he didn't kind of clarify. So I don't know if they just were part of the design or part of the consulting, or I don't know.
Anyone who's ever met Sam, I don't. You could have held up a house brick with a battery at the front. I'd go get it, because I just like Sam.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Yeah, I think he was right to sort of spot the little gap in the market, really, because no one's done a nice normal 21700, and if you're a 30mm atty guy, that is what you needed. So it is filling a gap, you know.
Stuart, it's got a different board than it. That's what it is.
It's just a shame on the timing with that, though. Really,
everything is at the moment.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There's a handful of differences between the affordable and the DNA one
that
I'll go through in the video that's coming out in a week.
Cool.
It's nothing crazy, but mainly the board and some of the materials and bits and bats.
Who was the first company to offer two boards I can afford? Was it Joytech with the
RX300, wasn't it?
Oh no,
200
wasn't it? Pioneer for You.
Was it?
Oh, wow.
Didn't they always used to do a Yeehee one and a shit one?
I'm not sure. I don't know what fucking happened to Pioneer for You.
The one I can remember is the RX300.
The RX200, wasn't it? Before
the Relou might have been the first.
The Relou, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, Rulo, and then the RX200. Yeah. That was the one that I can.
I think it's a really tricky one, because if you are literally just a straight wattage vapor and you don't go on your eScribe and you don't do all that, I couldn't justify the Evolve one. It's if you want that banging TC, you want to get on eScribe, do all your customizing, you want your own custom color screen situation here, you know, because if you get the DNA one, you can have your logos and.
I have to admit, for me, I mean, I'm not the target market for that mod, but I wouldn't give a shiny shit. I don't do go into the eScribe stuff.
I did that once with my first DNA, and fucked around with eScribe and fucked around with logos and this and that. Everything I've ever had since was like, I just couldn't be fucking bothered.
That's a good point. Matt English is just saying Vape Droid always offered DNA or Yeehee.
Yeah, but they're both high-end boards.
I still have a folder somewhere which is in my old hard drive, which has the eScribe stuff I'd done when the DNA 200 come out for with all the Vape Talk logos on and stuff.
It was cool. It was cool and interesting. It was something a bit different for hobbyists at the time. But again, like we've sort of talked about on the show a few times, the affordable boards aren't necessarily crap anymore.
They're so much better.
The Dovpo board that's in the
This is
Bastion,
also true.
it does hit the wattage that it says, and it doesn't drop off, and TC actually works if you want that, and not on the Bastion, but etc. You know, so I think it's good to offer choice. If you really love that, if you're a 30mm tank or RDA person, you know, these huge, because there's a lot of these really big tanks now and a lot of big RDAs available. If you are into that, then this is the dream mod in a way, and so you might as well spend the extra and get the really fancy board and the works. But for a normal vapor who just fancies this, the affordable ones, more than excellent.
What are we going back to the?
I've still got two more.
Oh, you got more?
I've got two more.
Whoa, let's hear it, man. Sorry.
I want to very quickly feature Steam Island, who I have no affiliation with at all, but they seem to be really cracking on during this time. They have just received and are selling the Zeta, the Haku Zeta for your billet box. That is available right now in Steam Island, the website, obviously. Yeah, all the different colours. They have different colours of that one for whatever reason. I guess if you've got a see-through door on
Have
your
you got
box.
their liquid sale to talk about as well?
Hang on, no.
Right.
I was more interested in stuff, and they also have in stock, which is pretty cool actually. I was quite impressed. They also have in store actual Limelight wickets. They have several Limelight wickets available at Steam Island right now as well. And as I say, I don't think I've ever dealt with Steam Island. Oh, I might have, but either way, I'm not collaborating. I just want to show that there's some cool stuff out there.
The owner is an Omi.
Yeah, exactly. But this isn't. I'm not trying to be.
I am. I think they're wicked.
I just think they're cool things, and it's cool to see new things popping up in UK websites right now.
I'm rubbish at names of stuff that's not mine. What is the Toddlington's liquids?
Oh, they got Regency.
Regency.
If you go over, if you're a member of the Shed, we're not going to do it here because it's his. If you go over to the Shed and find the Regency, there's a code. There's a sale on this weekend on their Regency liquids for the Easter weekend. So get over there.
Yeah, they're doing a really special discount, one-off
discount that is to do. It is exclusive. Mark Toddlington.
Yeah.
So if you are a member of the Shed, get over there, find that thread, and get it.
All I meant was I haven't been asked to show those things or say that they're available.
I know what you meant. Don't worry about it.
But I think it's cool that there's still things out there. If you want something new, want something cool, things are still happening. You just have to be more on the ball.
Matt is right. Matt's pointed out that Rob is a great guy.
He is a great guy, and that's not up for debate. And that's probably why he didn't ask us to do this.
No, he didn't. Can I just drop something in before we
That is all that. So you can say anything.
I can say anything, right? And then we'll go back to that. Should we go back to that thread?
Oh, that brilliant thread full of absolute gold.
The brilliant thread. I just want to do a really a shout out to two different people. That Jamie Crumpton and our very own Mark White of crack fame. Both of those two have got 3D printers and are currently 3D printing visors and safety visors for NHS staff. And they're running their printers flat out to get as many vape visors as they can. Jamie, we actually picked up his link and PayPal link and dropped it on the the new Ohm Show page, the other day. And we asked people if they would be prepared to buy nylon for the 3D printers for no profit, just so he could run those printers. And you backed it so fast. Mark's doing it out of his own pocket. Jamie's doing the has asked people to contribute, and he basically got so much nylon that he can just keep going and going and going and going. These visors are so important, and I will just explain just briefly because of what
They block out the 5G signals, don't
they? They do. What Mrs. John does for a living. A lot of people don't understand is if a COVID patient is in isolation and they crash, the NHS staff have to get the PPE on as fast as possible. They've got masks on at all times now and goggles on at all times, but they have to get visors on.
Why don't they just put the mask on the person that's crashing? To be hilarious.
Then they have to run in and do a crash. But obviously a crash, normally you'd be there in 20 seconds, but at the moment it's taking 5 minutes. But those masks, they're running through them it's so fast, the shields and visors. And I think it's absolutely wicked to watch friends doing this and putting this stuff together out of just for nothing. And I will say Hellfire have stepped up to make parts using their CNCs to make parts for respirators. What's the word? That's not the word.
Ventilators.
Ventilators as well. So it's wicked to see the vaping people using their equipment they use for other stuff to make life-changing things. But and also just quick one. Thanks for clapping. I mean, it's nearly as important as visors.
But that was good. It was good. He's donating towards a good cause.
Wicked. You literally filled that up in minutes,
and it was perfect. It was great timing.
Thank you. So that's Jamie and Mark, you're absolutely fucking awesome. Thank you for being cool and making a difference.
Yes. Back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. This is big. This is a big one. We probably could do a whole show on this. But Dean Feeney has asked, Has snooker lost all its characters?
I didn't know. That's exactly what Ronnie used to say, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ronnie is kind of the last character, isn't he?
I love Ronnie O'Sullivan. I think he's absolutely wicked. And he got told off quite a few times for causing ruckuses at the Crucible.
I thought this was initially. I thought this was a question about the fact that they actually did do a tournament behind closed doors, so there wasn't actually an audience in the snooker match. But I don't think it is. I think it's more of a general thing.
We had fallen off.
Yeah. It's okay.
I liked it.
Snooker. Yeah, I think it's a point. I think all sports have lost their characters, haven't they? Really.
I agree.
Your Agassiz and
yeah, running as well. We used to know who they all were. Like 100-meter sprint. Linford Christie.
Yeah, Linford Christie.
John Regis. Chris Akabusi.
I couldn't name one of them. Now I'm just sitting here thinking.
Not a fucking clue.
Can I name in sport?
What snooker players? Oh, sportsmen.
Sports, period.
Oh no, there's a few. Mark Selby, snooker. I'm trying to think. I guilty pleasure on a Sunday afternoon. I quite like getting a bet on the snooker, and then it makes it way more interesting if you've got a bit of money on it.
Yeah,
you have to risk money to make it interesting.
Well, I don't bet on the Grand National because I think it's like butchery, but so I'd rather put money on snooker. I think it's yeah, it's great. I had 50 quid on Sullivan a few years back, and I made a lot of money. It was really good.
Mick in chat has said it was the Gibraltar Open, which had no audience.
Oh wow!
It was the last event before lockdown.
Didn't WWE do similar thing just before lockdown?
I think they did as well. I think they did a closed down.
I'm just going to give a quick shout out because it's gone past. Signature Mods are also making parts for the NHS. So
yeah,
kudos.
Absolutely, kudos to loads of vaping people that stepped up. It was really, really good, really nice to see. I just think all these sports, they just get more and more professional, and it kind of hammers the characters out of it, doesn't it?
It does. I do like that. Yeah.
So someone will pop up like Usain Bolt or Mo Farah with a bit of personality, and they just skyrocket in popularity as a result. You know, like Bradley Wiggins was like a breath of fresh air, wasn't he? That he was a little bit out there, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you don't have to have much of a personality, and
no,
just you want to be just somewhere between Jonathan Edwards and and up, and then you'll get noticed. Fucking hell, that guy was boring. Yeah. Jump and fuck off. No one's ever made triple jump interesting.
Back in the day, you could actually make a thing out of it, like Steve Davis.
Yeah.
Everyone else was such a character. He made a thing of not being a character.
Now you wouldn't know.
He was even more of a character. But also Andy Murray as well. He's kind of got away with doing that very characterless performance.
True. Lewis Hamilton is as exciting as having a yeast infection. He is a little cunt, and nobody. He won Sports Personality of the Year once. You're like, fuck! Oh my god! How many? Who else turned up? A dish rag.
Shallow pool.
A dish rag and the pole from the fucking relay, and they went, "Oh, give it to him."
Rick, snooker, has it lost its characters?
I fucking hate snooker, so I couldn't give a shit, mate.
Yeah, fair play. Dean Feeney said, asked that, and a lot of people seem to be agreeing.
Speaking about Lewis Hamilton, have you seen Lando Norris? He's a good character. He's fucking brilliant.
No.
18-year-old Formula One.
Is he brash?
I'd quite like somebody who's got a bit of.
He's just as the old people would say, he's got a bit of spunk about him, you know.
Boxing still has its characters.
I think it's one of those sports that I just jump in and out of, and I really like it at the moment. I think it's really fantastic.
Yeah, it's got a real pantomime feel to it. I think so much of boxing is smoke and mirrors, you know. Because
like Chris Eubank back in the day, amazing.
But 90% of the content that boxing provides is nothing to do with two people hitting each other.
No.
You're weighing in, your press conferences.
I really liked it when people got really angry about stuff.
The walk-ins as long as the fight.
I remember people would say things like, fucking that Prince Nazim Hamed, he's well up himself. He comes in, does that dance stuff. He was like 200 fights undefeated. Yeah, do what you like, mate. I don't really care if you stroll in still wanking from the changing room. It really makes no difference.
He was the best. Prince Nazim was the greatest showman, I think.
Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, the whole thing was that they'd lost the fight already.
Did he ever walk in on a flying carpet once?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. But that's another sport where when there isn't a character involved, it's shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like when they go through periods, I think that's what John was trying to say earlier. Goes through periods where
we had a really bad one. We had
Audley
Harrison,
and then
we had Audley Harrison. It was like fuck. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then who was it? Who won the Olympics? I can't remember his name. Lanky Asian guy. I can't think of his name.
Oh fucking hell!
Anyway, shit.
Oh yes. It's Oh yeah.
It's just Frank Warren gets hold of them, and then he tries to keep them away from any real fighter for 7 fights.
I zoned out.
Who was trying to think of the Olympic champion who was after Audley Harrison? The fucking
he wasn't lanky.
It was
Anthony Joshua.
No, not Anthony Joshua. Sorry, he's got personality.
Oh, David Price.
Nope.
The Scouser.
Mancunian, Asian kid, wasn't he Mancunian?
Oh, an Asian kid.
Who am I talking about? Somebody in chat.
An Asian kid after.
Are you even talking about the right fucking sport?
It's Amir Khan.
Amir Khan,
that's the one. Yeah, in his first real fight. Yeah, he got knocked out. Yeah,
of course he did. But that's what they always fucking do. They just fight fucking has-beens, and then they get set up with a real fight. Audley Harrison got fucking head kicked in first match out. Absolute twat.
To be fair to Amir Khan, he did go on to win 2 world titles.
He's got no defense, no defense at all.
The thing I love about boxing is the panelists that speak. Like you've got sort of AJ and Klitschko fighting. You got David Hay there saying, "Yeah, I'll knock them both out." Blah, blah.
Oh,
you did it, did you? Did you, Hay?
It was better back in the day when you got Nigel Benn sitting there going, "Yeah, if I was fighting today, I know I'd probably win, but obviously I'm not there. I think they're both." Fuck off, mate. You get the shit kicked out of you, spanner.
Especially in the heavyweight game, it is levels above now, Yeah. It's like a 100-meter sprinter from the 70s saying he'd beat Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
I reckon Linford Christie could. Yeah.
Well, it was literally a second slower.
Well, they always had Barry McGuigan.
Barry
McGuigan used to commentate on Prince Nazim, which was always quite funny. But it's like, but then we do it all the way through, don't we? Virgo always commentates on O'Sullivan.
Yeah,
He's like, he won't get that shot. You're like, he will, you fucking twat. You wouldn't, but he will.
I like it. I like the contradiction though, because Virgo explains what any other snooker player would be doing, and then O'Sullivan just does what he wants.
Talking about commentators, who's the commentator? I'll find it and I'll post it in the group. One of the sports commentators is commentating everyday life now during lockdown on Twitter.
Oh, really?
And he's fucking gold. It's literally just him.
Oh, yeah, he keeps doing it in the park and stuff.
Walking through Richmond Park or walking through the shops.
That was my joke yesterday when I was doing the commentating on the dog. It was a joke about that.
Who is it then?
I can't remember, but he's been doing. Oh, he did shopping today or yesterday around Waitrose. Yeah.
He did a push chair, pram race through the park, commentating on 4 mums pushing their buggies. Had me in stitches.
Have we got any more questions?
Yeah,
from that?
last one from David Brocklesby, who seriously, I think, semi-seriously, wants to know: will all this be over by the last weekend of August?
I can say
debate,
what
isn't it?
we look like at the moment. If people, I think we are going to be set. I do think people are getting complacent, and I think we're going to expect a further clamping down of the rules. Would be my expectation is coming up because people are really stupid. But if we stick, if we can hold the line, then we're looking at next week for a peak on the infection rate. And then we'll be 3 weeks ahead of Italy if we manage to do it next week. If we can, they were looking at December 12th. It seems to be it's plateaued, the infection rate, which is great if we can fucking hold the line. And then we should look for a decline mid to late next week, which I think would be great. But then we're still 6 weeks away from any idea of rescinding of the lockdown.
I think the other thing to point out is most likely, I don't know how other countries are planning to do it. I would assume it's most likely going to be a phased
It is
reopening
definitely going to be phased.
as well.
They're not just going to end terminate.
So if you think about how that would play out, you can probably, the first step would be you could visit your family.
That was
if
exactly
they're not
what
high
I
risk.
said today. That was exactly what I said today.
If they're not a high risk family member, you can probably go and see them. That might be the first week slackening.
Can I
of
not
the...
visit my family, but rather have my fucking
I
pub
was
back?
thinking if I visited my family in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks, that would actually be more than I usually do. So
I think pubs and clubs will be the last thing to reopen.
No, I think the last, very, very last thing will be international travel.
yes, absolutely.
So if you are asking about the last weekend in August because you've got Benidorm booked, I would be. I would
fuck!
they were-
Consider
they-
it
say
cancelled
I would say
already.
forget it.
they were talking about IVM. That was the joke.
Yes, yeah, I get it. But
Right.
but I think it's interesting debate 'cause this is the one thing. This is kind of the one thing, isn't it? The big debate right now is how this is going to play out.
When this all outbroke, sort of just before sort of we started talking about it properly, there's a big sort of denial stage for a little while. And Jen said to me, he goes, well, you're going to have March off, mate. No, was it March or April? Going to have April, mate. I'll book the cruise. It's fucking cheap. And I looked at him, I said, there's a reason why it's cheap, mate.
You're not
Because
going
it's
on.
not fucking happening.
But
we
I still see
cancelled
daily on
2
Facebook.
weddings in September because of this. So
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
banking on doing nothing.
Yeah, I still see people daily on Facebook that really genuinely believe they're back to work in May.
No way. I mean, it's just not happening.
I just can't see.
I can see back to work June. I can see in some industry going back in June.
I just I cannot, for the life of me, picture May any return of anything.
Not me.
I think because we'll have to stay around this level of infections and deaths for the next 8 weeks to sort of ride it out.
Well,
So-
our infection rate has, like, reported infection rate has gone down. Oh, people are getting very mistaken over. I think this is worth talking about just quickly because I know I've been talking about it with friends who are getting confused. That me and Brad had a conversation with it, which is the difference between an antigen test and an antibody test. So an antigen test is you have the disease active in your body, and an antibody test does not exist, but it means you have had it. There is no antibody test. They're working on it as fast as they can, but it doesn't exist. The antibody test and testing the NHS, people are getting really confused. What the test in the NHS is to get. You've got something like 30% of NHS staff are currently self-isolating. They're getting tested next week. I know my wife has got to go to a drive-through test station next Wednesday, and then they'll get the results. But they're pulling people who are self-isolating to get them to stop self-isolating.
Yeah, Jenna got tested last week.
Yeah, it's just to get. It is at the moment. It's about moving.
Yeah, feet on floors.
Yeah. It's causing a massive problem. When 30% of the NHS staff aren't at work, they're at home, and this is there are lots of reasons for that as well. But sometimes they're self-isolating because
the reason why there isn't an antibody tester is not because they haven't designed one and got one. It's because everybody's had it before. John,
shut up. I know he's going to cause a shitstorm. Yes, we need the antibody test, but it doesn't exist.
If a reliable antibody test is made available very quickly, I suppose there is the potential for some kind of certification to
Yeah,
allow
and we
you
don't-
back into society.
The supply lines for the antigen test, the new antigen test, when it's rolled out, which is not the scrape, it's a blood dot from your finger, is through Amazon. They've already set themselves. They're going to deliver a test they're going to phase it to the general public, and you can test yourself. Send it
But
back.
even if you could just purchase it yourself, online.
Yeah, I think they're going to. Well, whatever. No one's going to make. Unlike Donald Trump.
But
What's
I
his
mean,
name?
the
That's wrong, isn't
difficulty
it?
with
Trump.
the difficulty with that and attaching any kind of regulations to it is you're kind of going down the photo ID route,
But also, it doesn't mean shit. If you've had an antigen test and it's negative, you don't know if you had it already. The one we need is the antibody test.
So, in answer to the question, we don't of the end of August.
Yeah, I think
it
this
won't
idea.
it won't all be over.
No, the idea of this thing, as you quite rightly say, they're not going to say June the 2nd. All right, go. That's not going to happen. It's going to be a phased unlock.
That's right. What Blythe put in chat made me chuckle a little bit. The last comment.
Oh, they're furlough
Yeah.
by a nose. So I don't know. The only way to guarantee the quickest possible resumption of normal life is to remain indoors.
Stay the
I
fuck
mean,
in the house.
The only thing I'm interested in about this whole thing, well, no, obviously I'm interested in a lot of things, but the biggest thing that I'm interested in is seeing the mortality rate of 2019, mortality rate of 2020 against each other, because obviously there's a lot of it going on, and I don't know the ins
A
and
lot
outs.
of people get very confused when you get to the figures. Do you know how many people died Do you know how many people died with swine flu?
Died with swine flu, so not relating to.
No, both. That includes everybody.
Yeah, which is the same as what they're doing with COVID.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, she actually said that 2 days ago, I think, didn't she?
12,000 people died with swine flu. So it does make it more complicated, a lot more complicated.
I mean the mortality rate in general.
At the moment, we're riding
on,
at 10%.
Go on, Riyadh. Go on. Carry on.
No, so the
Follow
mortality.
through with your thought.
Yeah, so the mortality rate of 2019, right?
Was
Just in general,
1,557 people.
no matter what the death is, right? As long as it's not like vehicle accidents and shit, because obviously that's not happening right now because there's less people driving and stuff. Versus the mortality rate of 2020.
Go on then.
What do you mean? I'm just interested in.
Oh,
seeing
you
the
haven't
stats.
seen a month by month analysis.
No. I'm just interested in seeing the general.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
overall-
it's the same.
Instead of looking at it year
That's
on
what I'm
year,
interested in looking at.
just look at it this way. The average death rate for 2019, right across the board, was 1,537 people per day in the UK. 822 died today.
Of
COVID.
Yeah. So, but more people than that
Well,
died.
not
Yeah, more people,
of
but
COVID.
COVID, yeah, but with COVID, of COVID.
Yeah,
don't
you
fuck
can't.
around
With
English
COVID.
just to justify your
I think
conspiracy theory. It's of the average death rate of last year, COVID today was 60% of that rate.
So there's obviously going to be a shitload more.
Yeah,
It's not
but
a- it's not.
yeah, that's. I'm just interested in seeing.
No,
Because
I'm 100% with
because
you. I would be very
what is
interested
there?
to see that.
8,000 known cases, was it, or something like that, and 800 deaths.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see the amount of
Yes.
people that died in March 2019 in the world versus the amount of people that died March 2020 in the world.
I agree, but the
That'd be
problem is
interesting.
that,
Just that purely out of interest. You know.
I agree. I think the problem is though is that I don't care about being careful. Fuck it. I think that people with an IQ of over 100 are talking about stuff like this, but what it actually does is promote bollocks from idiots who think they're going to go out.
we're debating it. But
The thing I keep seeing on Facebook is the co-op, like people are writing things like, bloody hell, the co-op was really busy on Wednesday. I think people aren't buying their own essential stuff, because when I was in there on Thursday,
yeah,
you were in there twice, you twat.
My
It's a check.
both times were Brad.
my favourite thing was co-op related as well, and it was a guy having a go at one of the workers for wearing gloves. Why are you wearing gloves? It's just as bad as just not wearing gloves because you just transmit. So what the fuck does it matter to you then?
I did see a bloke wearing gloves. It was really funny watching people using PPE when they don't know what they're doing. There's a guy wearing gloves. He was just swiveling his car keys around his finger with his gloves on. There's literally no.
Tell you
point
what
in
though, they reckon statistically you're less likely to touch your face as often.
Agreed.
Gloves.
Yeah. But
There's a
don't
guy
swing
in
your
front
car
of
keys
me.
around.
I'm not having a go at
Sainsbury's
people.
But
Oh my
on
god!
his glove. I'm like, are you fucking?
I'm not having a go at people wearing gloves. I'm having a go at the person that had a go at the person wearing gloves.
Yeah,
Because it makes a
agreed.
difference to him.
I did like the picture I seen today. I saw about 2 days ago, which was a guy just in the queue at the supermarket with gloves on, eating a pack of crisps. Fuck's sake.
Again, and I don't want to draw any ill conclusions or dismissive conclusions to what I'm about to say, but statistically, in 2018, smoking caused 1,400 deaths per day in America.
Huh?
So, and this is forget the COVID side of things, but obviously remember how significant
to be
it
fair,
is.
they've thrashed that.
But how many have died in America?
New York alone is now above Italy.
But I think it's a nice reminder of how important what we are doing is.
Yeah,
in a way.
agreed.
Yeah.
That would still be an incredibly significant number if
Absolutely, because they're preventable if you stop.
Exactly, and I think so.
Agreed.
I think if you ever think, is this as much as we do trivialize everything in the world, including vaping, on this show, it is a significant number, and these are avoidable, and vaping helps stop that. And I think
Did you
it's
know-
still, I think it's still important. It's still
Okay.
Pure fact here, by the way. Because I vape, it prevents me from getting COVID-19.
fact. But so keep vaping. But
It's not a fact. I'm just.
But there was more deaths this time, 2018, in America of smoking than there was deaths of COVID in the UK today.
Well, hang on. Is that
How many
even
died of COVID today in the UK?
850.
There you
or
go,
something.
1,400 this time 2 years ago in America. Smoking. Smoking.
That is why you don't
logic.
fuck around with statistics. kids.
Smoking is bad.
Good logic. Well done.
Smoking is bad.
And
Statistical
just
manipulation.
add, Nick this evening has given away 2 kits to try and help people stop smoking.
That's 2
to,
lives saved.
Only
They'll
people,
probably get corona anyway.
just a quick one, just to say, just that we're obviously there's no post tomorrow, and there's no post on Monday. I'm probably going to pop in and do what on the system tomorrow, and could put it in the post on Saturday morning. So you'll get it on Tuesday. Please keep ordering. We've got PC coils were delivered this week all the way from Belgium. We've got the new Nano 0.65 aliens in that are brand new from PC coils. They've been absolutely superb, and hopefully the next restock is going to be crack, because Mark White himself has suffered with COVID-19, but he's out on the other side of it and had everything cleaned in autoclaves, and it appears back producing liquids, and it's wicked to see him doing that, and wicked to have that back. So we'll be expecting a current lemon crack G&T restock shortly, all the way from Scotland, and we'll get that out to you.
Excellent news. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Riyadh for joining at such short notice.
Thanks, short notice. That's
Last
wicked. Cheers.
minute, like 40
Absolute ledge.
or so minutes.
Yeah,
I think.
it was lucky you were fucking my mum at the time, otherwise
I was getting bored, to be honest. I just checked my phone.
Should I go Beavertown or should I come on the new Ohm Show? You just couldn't decide.
either or.
I went
Thank you
both.
much for watching. We'll see you
There's
very
cameras at both.
soon. Bye for now.
Didn't even
Smash
know
that
what I'm
like
doing.
button. Smash it.